Spice Girl Mel B. Joining me now, her daughter Phoenix. She's fronting a new documentary tonight about life is like when you're born into a famous family and whether being a so-called Nepo baby, is that a privilege or not? Fascinating. Phoenix joins me now. It's a cracking documentary.
Oh, thank you.
It really is. What made you want to do it, though?
I mean, it started as a prank, to be honest.
Right.
I kind of wanted to, like, you know, put the press in the front line and, like, give them a little tickle. But then I wanted to do something that actually meant something and tap into something that made sense and, like, tapped a bigger audience. And inequality and nepotism feeds into that. So it kind of made sense. And I feel like coming from someone who's lived that life, I feel like people are a little bit more open ears and hopefully open more minds and started more conversations. So that was kind of the point.
Very interesting, though, that you did approach a lot of so-called Nepo babies. You approached them. Not many of them wanted to take part, did they?
Yeah. I mean, I get it, though. Like, everyone has their own reasons, their own stories of why the name, you know, kind of affects them in their own way. So you can't really, you got to give respect. Like, I respect their privacy and I understand why they didn't want to be speaking about it.
Your pal Jack did it, though, Jack Keating, whose dad is obviously Ronan Keating, and you two are very, very good friends. I would imagine you would be having these conversations anyway about, does it open doors? Yes. But when you're through the door, does it get more difficult? There's all of that, isn't there?
Yeah. I mean, I've always said I feel like any job you get, as soon as you're in, obviously, the first door is the hardest to get, but as soon as you're in, if you're not good at it, you're going to be booted. And I feel like that goes for everything. So when people say that, you know, nepotism here and there, but if they weren't good at their job, they wouldn't be continuing a career for it.
That's very true, because you see that happening. Well, that's the thing about what was interesting about the documentary. It's not just in the world of entertainment. You know, we see that in politics. We see it in business, very much so in business. And if you want to see the prime example, would be the royal family that we were just talking about. Do you know what I mean? So it does happen. I always remember Jamie Lee Curtis, who's in her 60s now, and her mum and dad were very famous. You know, Tony Curtis, and her mother was hugely famous. And she said, "I'm the original Nepo baby." And she's like 60-odd years old, won Oscars and all sorts of things. But it is that thing of you get in the door, but then you have to work twice as hard.
100%. You got to prove yourself twice as hard, but it's worth it. I feel like it's worth it. You know, you got to prove people wrong here and there. And coming from what my mom did and how much she achieved, I feel like the only real explanation for that for me to say is I respect it.
Absolutely. What did your mum think of it? I know she was part of the documentary. Was she, she okay with it?
I mean, now that it's out, she can't really do anything.
That's true. That's very true. But you two have got a great relationship. You really have. I mean, she's, you know, she can be tough.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she can be tough on you in the way that tough love with a lot of parents, but she never really, you weren't spoiled. No, you had to earn your own money. You had to find your own place in the world as well. 100%.
She definitely, when I wanted, you know, money for snacks or wanted some pocket money, she was like, go walk the dogs in the neighborhood, go clean the house, clean something, you know, earn it. So I was like, all right, let me go walk 8 dogs and pick up crap everywhere.
It's a difficult one, though, isn't it, Phoenix? Because especially at the level that your mum is, because globally famous, everybody knows who she is. And there is that thing of, you know, if you're at school, I know you experienced quite a lot of bullying because of that. And there's that difficult thing is, does that person want to be my friend because they like me or because they want to get close to my mum in that kind of world? 100%. So that's a really difficult thing for a kid to navigate, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely hard. It's definitely something that you can't really ask for advice on because everyone figures it out in a different way. But I don't know, it's definitely hard because when I was bullied, everyone hated me. And then all of a sudden, you know, a little bit older, everyone started to love me. So I was like, well, you know, I kind of love this, but are they really here for me or they just want to come over and see the house?
Yeah, see, that's really difficult and see whether or not they can spot all of the Spice Girls you know, in different corners of the room. No, it's true, and that must be really difficult. It makes you grow up quicker, I would have thought.
100%. It definitely puts something up your butt real quick.
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, what your dad does as well, I mean, he's a brilliant dancer, he's a choreographer, he does all of these things. And it's for you to find your way.
Yeah.
You know, and do you feel as if you have?
I'm definitely finding my way. It's definitely a journey, but I'm happy with who I am now, and obviously I'm excited who I'm going to be, but everything that I've been through, it made me who I am today, so.
Yeah, it's great. So you're DJing, doing all sorts of stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
And what about, I mean, this is the foray into documentary making. Did you enjoy the experience? Would you like to do more of that?
Oh, I loved it, yeah. I don't think I'm going to be not doing that. I would love to continue doing that. I want to be on the TV in front of people's faces talking about stuff. So I'm excited to continue.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, listen, congratulations. It's a really, really interesting documentary and an interesting thing, because if everybody sits back and thinks about it, you know, if you're somebody who maybe is in the medical profession or in the legal profession, that's how your kids grow up.
Yeah.
And oftentimes that can make you go, I don't want to do that. But sometimes it can, you think, yeah, I'll do that.
Right.
How many films do we see, you know, Mr. Brown and son or Mr. Brown and daughter? You know, they go into different areas. Fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you can perfect your craft, you know what you want to do, then I think you deserve a shot. You know, it doesn't matter your background.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Phoenix, loving the accent, of course, because you spent such a lot of time in America. But this is home.
Yeah,
UK's
come on,
home
I'm
now.
a Brit through and through.
Absolutely.
Yes, governor.
Well, how lovely. You sounded so like your mammy when you said that. Thank you so much for coming in, Phoenix. And you can stream Born in the Limelight, Nepo Babies, Untold. It's on Channel 4 right now, but you can go... Isn't it wonderful? I mean, see, you won't appreciate this because you've grown up with it, but the very fact that we can watch whatever we like on the telly, still, to me, it's magical and astounding. So we can watch your documentary anytime we like.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Thank you, love. Great to see you.
You
really
too.
good to see you. Well, that's a wrap for this video. We hope you enjoyed it. We have all the best moments from the show right here on the channel. And if you like this video, then we think you'll love this one. See you next time.